Well, our quest for Halloween decor has taken a turn. We're going to Michael's Arts and Crafts store to check out the Ashland Rose collection. Looks fascinating. And there it is. That's the Ashland collection, which has a definite, well, there's two things happening here, right? There's kind of a love theme.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you call that? Like, what era would you think this is?
Romanticism, so like gothic.
It almost feels Victorian to me in a way.
Oh,
when,
yeah.
when we look at some of this stuff here, like the frames.
Very much so, yeah, like what, like 1800s,
Yeah,
per
yeah.
se?
It's a couple hundred years ago at least.
Yeah.
What looks like at first to be a fairly normal welcome sign. But check out the Gothic skull there at the top. This is a wooden sign. It says welcome for $29.99. Here's a pretty neat little skeleton key for $4.99. Got some interesting wall art here. This looks like something from the, Victorian area, I guess. I imagine this being a couple hundred years old if you were to see this in reality. These are $14.99. This is a skeleton with a black crow or a raven. They've all got this, it's part of a rose collection, I think. There's roses on most of this, and there's another one with a skeleton and a chandelier. I can't quite make out the text, but these are $14.99. Look at that. See that? This is fascinating. A skeleton reading a book in a rather suggestive way. Part of the Rose collection also. It's really neat. That's a curious, interesting, like almost bohemian. $21.99. Another one of those small little box, that you can hang on the wall. Skeleton and a raven again. Edgar Allen Poe, whatever era he's in. That's $7.99. And then you've got another one, another pair. These are books, but they're ceramic that have been painted. And then these are $19.99 each. And you saw us pass by this crow in a cage. This is fascinating hanging things. That's just curious. $21.99. If love is your thing, if you're into potions, they've got a couple different, they got romance powder, pure passion extract, and this one's got a key on it. It's really neat.
It's like as if Edgar Allen Poe met up with Shakespeare.
That's exactly what I was saying before. Yeah, it's very Edgar Allen Poe. Yeah.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Because obviously Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. And here's another love potion with a very, decayed heart on it with the same floral patterns. Oh, there's another one. This one's just a love potion. And all of these are $9.99 each. I can make no guarantees about how much or how well they work. A couple of skeleton lovebirds paddling their way through the river Styx, I would imagine, for $24.99. Very classic skull with a rose in his teeth. I just imagine that they're in the middle of something romantic before they perished. This one's got spiders on his head, and that is $14.99. I think this is why we keep coming back to the Edgar Allan Poe thing, because of the raven. And this one's got a crown on his head. I don't know if it's a thing. That's $16.99. And then we got these three skulls in the same color pattern as the rest of the Ashland collection. Kind of a creamy white, black, and a soft pink. These are $14.99. I imagine if Prince were to design skeletons, this is how he would do it. This piece right here, this is it's canvas on wood. skeleton adorned in many flowers. So again, it evokes sort of two different motifs here. I think it's beautiful. That's $29.99. What do you think of this thing right here with the three x-rays of the skeleton?
I mean, I like the frame itself, but I think you actually can add your own pictures. Maybe that's actually maybe not a part of it. Maybe you can flip it and put in your own pictures.
Well,
maybe?
if you're doing it for Halloween, though, kind of, isn't that what you're going for?
I mean, I guess, but I would put in my own pictures.
That's $24.99. Oh, look. This is something for my wife. She loves spiders. So it's just a, I don't know, do you hang this from somewhere?
It looks like, yeah, just hang it somewhere. I mean, people do have their Halloween trees that they might.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That is a thing. A Halloween tree is a thing. Yeah.
Definitely a huge thing. Yeah.
This is $4.99, and then these little like, they're signs you might find at a hotel, a creepy hotel, maybe American Horror Story type situation. You might have signs that look like this. Welcome.
Like the Winchester.
Yeah, or the Winchester. Come in and then enter if you dare. But they give you the key, so they're kind of saying don't come in here, but here's the key if you want to get in there.
I feel like if people are really into this, like this would be a really good like set for a wedding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This screams
right.
like a very gothic.
If you're a gothic
wedding,
person by nature,
yeah.
More ways to hold your gothic elixirs. These are $9.99. I don't imagine I'd actually put any water in here, but you could put some love potion in there. Interesting little wooden casket, till death do us part. That's $11.99. Another one that says Once Upon a Midnight Dreary. Here's another one of those wooden.
Once Upon a Midnight Dreary, isn't that actually Edgar Allen Poe? Is that the Raven?
I think so, yeah. She's exactly right. That is a direct quote from The Raven by Edgar Allen Poe. Well, that just...
I think it's the very first line.
Yeah. You're right, I think, yeah. But that kind of puts a bow on that whole idea that we had, that this is all connected to that. Yeah.
Edgar Allen Poe was what year, like 1800?
I don't know.
1800s.
1845, as it were. So that's pretty good. Hey, look. Here's a gothic bathtub that Edgar Allan Poe might have bathed in. For $16.99. I imagine you could fill that up with something like green goo or, I don't know, something spooky, spiders. Here's some bookends. Love potions, enchantments, and passion spells. These are $19.99. How do you fix for skulls with glitter on them and a tiara? If you need one, they're $19.99.
Like that, baby?
I feel like these are supposed to be little hand mirrors with a permanent reflection of a skull.
It's very poetic of you.
$14.99. More love potions. This one is the infamous number 9. It's instantaneous cure for all afflictions. And then here's one. There's also an instantaneous cure for all afflictions. And one more. Skull dust. And these all have keys on them too. And they're $5.99. I imagine this might be the very typewriter that Edgar Allan Poe wrote Raven on. He's in the middle of saying I love you to death, but he went on to say
Nevermore.
nevermore. This one's got a spider on it. $19.99. These might be my favorite pieces out of all this collection. Skeletons in black top hats with pink bows or roses on them. This guy's making hand hearts. Meanwhile, this guy, he's contemplating something, maybe a pickup line. And then this guy back here is doffing his cap to a fine, good-looking skeleton that he's seen across the way. I love these. And for $21.99, you can get a couple. Maybe they've met inside this, like a shadow box kind of, that says "Love Never Dies." Obviously, because they're two skeletons kissing. Very cute. And there's another one, slightly different variation. Oh, that one says "Till Death Do Us Part." Also for $21.99 are these skeletons bathing. They're sold separately, but I mean, it seems like they're a pair. But I would imagine this is their honeymoon. I don't know why, but this sort of X-ray looking embrace with these two skeletons is speaking to me. It's not quite I mean, I guess it is an X-ray, but it just makes it even more interesting. Maybe because it's not a skeleton, it's an X-ray, so it is a skeleton, but not a real skeleton. And they're wearing crowns. Cool. $24.99. I love the idea of seasonal pillows and changing them out each season. I don't know if this one would make the cut, but that one is $20.99. It looks a lot like, the rest of the collection, the same motif, skeleton with the flowers. Skeleton on a plate. I don't know what you serve on this. Something bloody, I imagine. One day I would like to take the time to read that and translate it. So it's plastic, which means it's only $4.99. Or if you prefer, just, actually you would accent this plate with ones that are the black and pink color combinations. Those are $4.99 also. Follow your heart. Now I imagine they're talking about the heart line on a hand, which is what this heart is doing here, or representing that. That's pretty neat. And that's $19.99, as are these skull heart hands. Very cute. And yet another skull couple caught in an embrace. This little statue thing is $24.99. As is this skeleton on a, I don't know what you call that, stake, adorned with pink flowers. And there you go, guys. That is the Ashland Rose collection.
Lush Rose.
Yeah.
It's so pretty, just like the name of it. Like I would just buy it just because of the name of it.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not crazy about this.
It's a great way to go gothic without having to go all the way gothic,
Right.
It's got a very cute, feminine touch to it.
To get into a gothic vibe.
Yeah, I dig it. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this episode. We'll see you next time. I don't know what we're doing next, but whatever.
That's a lot of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts.